when I'm working from home, and especially right now, when there is nowhere else to go, right? And I'm just at home, and everybody is at home right now. Uh, that I'm finding like I'm starting to ask myself, where is all this time going? Where is my day going? That sometimes I'm like, I feel like I haven't really done very much today, but I've been so busy and I'm exhausted and I'm tired and what have you. And I started looking back over, what's on my schedule versus what actually happened in my day. And I've started to notice that a lot of extra stuff has just started to creep in inside into the cracks. But then I've also, I've noticed that, there's a lot of extra meetings and Zoom calls and things like that. And that there are more tasks that have to be done and they keep adding up. And I just sort of do them wherever I can and wherever I am because I'm always home. And it's very tempting to just sort of pick up all these tasks and I just do them as they go along. And then I find that what happens is I get straight into this task mode. And that's where I was until a few weeks ago when I got a pretty good lesson in really how to balance out between allowing like work to just completely take over everything and just be in go 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 mode and taking a step back to be a human being, which we are right now. And my God, are we being? We are being to the best of our ability in extraordinary circumstances. So we will talk about how to deal with this balance today. So thank you so much for joining. I am Owen. Hello. I appreciate you as always. We are live as always. So if you're around, just please give me a shout in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching on YouTube, then I hope that you will please subscribe to my channel. Just hit that button below this video. And then on Facebook, we'd love to have you join our group for abundance hackers. Abundance hackers are folks just like you and me who know how to find creative solutions to support ourselves and stay in service to those around us when times get tough, which they certainly are right now. So I am going to put a link in the chat to the group. We would love to have you come on in and join the conversation. So I have this recurring conference call that I had that I need to put together that happens every few weeks. And it happens early in the morning and it's not very long. And my thought around this call is like, this is really just for us to check in, to sort of get the business. It's a morning conference call. And when I want to be, when someone wants to be on the phone early in the morning, then usually I'm like, well, look, let's get straight to business because I don't have a lot of time to just sort of hang out right in the mornings, which is a total lie, right? I have plenty of time. But I'm not just very good in the mornings, which probably also is a story too. So I had done this call a couple of times and then got a feedback of like, what was that? Like we just jammed through a bunch of BS business. Like what was that about? Like I don't really have a connection with anybody else on this call. And I realized at that moment, I'm like, really? Have I completely lost touch that we need to get more connected, and then maybe that's what people wanted, even on a call early in the morning. So we did this. On the next call. There was no business to discuss at all. We tried the experiment and we just connected with each other, and my God, it made such a difference. Like, we all had a better connection with one another. I think we got a lot more done. I think that even now we're feeling even better with each other, and it just made all the difference. And I realized in that moment that we got a lot of business done in a call that had no business really in it at all. So I was listening. I didn't think too much of this at the time. I mean, I sort of was like about that to myself. But I'm listening to a podcast recently where someone was talking about this rising trend of meetings and like Zoom meetings where there's just really no business to deal with. It is really just the interpersonal connection. That's the opportunity to get those connections that we used to get when we were out wandering around in the real world when that was still a thing. but we aren't doing that now. So think about it, right? I didn't realize that a lot of these sort of incidental connections that I had very much taken for granted from the world before have been now gone and sort of now stripped down to just the I'm only speaking to people when I need to speak to them because I got something to do. Or, I'm calling my family or a friend here and there. But a lot of that extra connection was gone. And I realized that as that connection was going away, all the extra work started creeping in. And that's what was really making me feel like I was just working all the time, like there was nothing else going on. So, people really, really need connection right now. And that's sort of oh yeah, that makes sense. And also, I'm sure you're feeling it too. God knows I feel it too. We are losing so much of the connection that we used to have. So what do you do about it? What do we do about this situation, being that we're in lockdown? Things are reopening a little bit, but we're unlikely to get to the kind of connection we had for a little bit. So first of all, take a look. When you are doing something for work, if you've got a meeting, a Zoom meeting, action that would normally just be about business, try for just a second. Try for just a second and see if you can just spend that time connecting with each other and communicating with each other and sharing what your experience has been like in this crazy time and understanding other people's experience during this crazy time and see what happens. Like, I dare you to do it. Just try it. It's a crazy idea, and to me, the thought seemed like it was a waste of time at first, but just try it and see what happens. Then take a look at your life also and see, is there an area where you can relax? Is there an area where maybe like the work wheel that spins and usually breaks when, normal life gets involved. Maybe it's been allowed to just spin off its track right now, and maybe there's a spot where you can take the gas off that wheel just a little bit. So is there an area in your life where you sort of just gotten into this work routine that is happening over and over and over and over again, and that maybe doesn't need to happen as much or even at all right now? Or maybe, in this time when people are looking for work, is it something that you can hop on Upwork.com or TaskRabbit and get someone to help you out with it? Is there an area that you can relax in your life? And then finally, if you are feeling like work is just all you're doing and you're not happy about that, then also consider if maybe you want to do something else. Consider if that the feeling of work just taking over your life might also just be because you don't enjoy the work that it is that you're doing. So if that's the case, and that can be a frightening concept for sure, because a lot of the time what we do is very associated with our identities. For me, absolutely it was. When I was in the corporate world and in the entertainment business before, it was absolutely very tied to what I was doing. So I understand that making a change sometimes can be a frightening concept. It might be a little easier to make this kind of decision these days because we're kind of forced into some of these decisions. But if you're looking for something different to do, then what are you passionate about? Think about what you're passionate about. What gets you really, really going? What gets you excited when I say right now to you, what's your passion? And you think about this thing and you're like, huh? You feel like almost like that I'm in love kind of feeling, like that thing. What is that? What is that passion? Are you doing something with that right now? And if not, this is the exact time to do that. So carve an hour out of your day, every day, to spend some time engaged with your passion, getting better at it, developing it, figuring out what it is. Moving it forward. And if you don't know what your passion is, then take this hour of every day to just play around, do kinds of things that you might want to do, explore, and see if you find something that really gives you that awesome, I want to do this feeling. So yeah, that's what to do, man. That's a great way to not feel like you are working all the time. So if you need some help on that way, or you want some guidance into finding your passion or getting connected with it, or just how to get more awesomeness in your life, then go to onjward.com right now. Give me your email address and I will send you your free copy of How to Unlock and Unleash Your Superpower. It's your guide to go from scarcity to abundance. So I hope that you are just having a great day, that you're having a great weekend. And I wish you all the best. I hope that you get some rest and tell me how you're doing. I'd love to hear about it. So thank you so much for stopping by today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.